style stuff and everything, and I had fish. And man, I'll tell you what, I had these neon tetras. I thought neon tetras were cool looking little things, you know, but man, I couldn't keep those damn things alive for anything. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I was doing wrong. But I gave up the fish thing. I never had a saltwater tank. That's too much work. So anyway, I just figured one of these days, you know, now that I got the land and all that stuff, I think once I get that all developed and all fixed up the way I want, I think I'll do another dog. And I'd do like a Weimaraner or something, a short-haired dog, something that doesn't shed all over the place, and or maybe like a big Irish wolfhound, because they have hair instead of fur. But anyway, yeah, something like that. But I've gone through all the gambit on various different pets there, Tim4.
Yeah. Hey, steer clear of monkeys. I heard they're not the best thing to deal with. And by the way, that big cat that looked like a leopard, that wound up costing me about $15,000 in a lawsuit when she resold it after it destroyed somebody's house. So yeah, we don't do that pet thing much anymore these days. My daughter's kind of always, Dad, can we have this and that? I'm like, no, this is what happens when you do this, and this is what happens when you do that. But Dad, no. I said, no, we did that already. I've been there. I experienced that. Trust me, you won't want to go outside and pick up their poop, even though you say you're going to do it, and you say you're going to do it again, and you're not going to want to empty the litter box, even though you say it's going to be all yours. You'll take care of it. No. Mom or Dad's always the pooper scooper. Everybody knows that.
10-4 on that. That's funny. So you're telling me you can have a cat, and you can sell this cat to a person who wants to give it a new home, and that cat can destroy the home, tear up the furniture and rip everything apart and piss all over everything and whatever else they do. And then that owner of that cat can go back and sue the person they bought the cat for damages? You've got to be kidding me. I tell you what, this country, that's the way people think. This is getting worse and worse and worse. Holy cow. Well, that's a shame, man. That's an expensive cat. But definitely a lesson learned. And, yeah, wow, crazy. And yeah, I know what you're talking about, you know, all the little kids saying, yeah, they'll take the responsibility for this and they'll take the responsibility for that. And once it's all said and done, they're out the door, they're playing with their friends, they're having a good time, leaving Mom and Dad to pick up the poop. That's how it works. MotorMouthMaul got down.
Yeah, so they got their one cat, and, just as I figured, yeah, the litter box is a mess at times, but now we put that cat outside at night. That took care of that part. I think it's been probably doing its number underneath the house. I'll probably smell it eventually, but for now it's okay.
Wow, crazy. Well, I guess that's better than in the house or in the garage or someplace like that. So, man, crazy stuff. Yeah, it takes a lot of patience and a lot of dedication to have a pet. You know, a lot of people think, oh, no, it doesn't. And those are the ones where you go to their house and the whole inside of the house smells like dogs. And the dogs smell like dogs. Well, wait a second, don't get me wrong. Dogs are supposed to smell like dogs, but you know, there's clean dogs and there's not so clean dogs, and there's clean cats and there's not so clean cats. I know the clean cats try to keep themselves clean. I know they're always licking and hacking up fur balls and all that kind of stuff there, but, you know, not just the animal being clean, but what it does and where it defecates and where it urinates and everything else. You know, you got to keep that all clean. Ugh. Merry Christmas.
Oh, God. Oh, if they got a new pup next door, I do not envy them. An old trained dog, hey, that's all great. But a puppy, oh, man. You know, them wooden chairs that fancy lathe spindles and stuff that end up looking like somebody took a pocket knife to them. Oh man, that's really I don't like that kind of stuff. You know, the cat ripping the upholstery all to shreds, or the dog chewing the chairs down to nothing, edges of the table. Figure on replacing your doors after a while. Yeah, then they do the thing where they lock it in the bathroom at night, and the next thing half of that door's chewed away by a couple of weeks later. Yeah.
Yep, you hit it all on the nose, man. That's that's it, all right. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible to raise a good pet that way and all that, but you got to be dedicated, and you got to have the time, and you got to have the resources to really do it right. And just, then there's the other people out there, you know, the dogs never go in the house. They don't care because the dog never goes in the house. It stays outside. Well, then they neglect the dog. They forget the dog's outside. They don't give the dog food. They don't give the dog water. They don't give the dog attention. That's the other people. You know, I knew a gal. Her boyfriend had roommates, and doggone roommates went out and got themselves a really nice pit bull. And mind you, they lived in a doggone apartment where they weren't allowed to have animals to start with, and they bought a pit bull. They kept the pit bull locked up on a balcony. And just before, this had been going on for a long time, and poor dog wasn't good to other people. It didn't associate well. It wasn't allowed in the house. It didn't get enough exercise. It was neglected, absolutely neglected. And those roommates moved out, and they got another house, another place anyway. And they had a baby on the way. So my first thought was, well, you know, dog's not going to do real well, and the baby's probably going to die too, because they're probably going to take care of the kid about the same way they take care of the dog. I didn't know any better. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not, but that was my assumption. Well, they lost the kid. not, it didn't die, it had to find a better home. And the dog died, so that was the end of that. And it died from pure neglect. It wasn't even 2 years old. And anyway, it's just that's the other spectrum of people. You know, the people who just don't take care of anything, or anyone for that matter. And that's the other group of those people there, 10-4?
Yeah, I don't know. Something, not to knock that breed, but why is it seems that particular breed is very much associated with situations like that. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Well, I'm not so sure it's the breed or anything, but there are two types of dog owners. There are people who like dogs for the dogs, and there are some people who buy a particular type of dog for status. And I don't know anyone who's done that personally. You know, everybody I know that has a pet and who's gotten a pet has bought the pet or got the pet because they like that particular dog and they thought highly of it and they take care of it properly and everything else. But there is a certain amount of types of pet owners that choose the type of pets that they own based on the stigma that goes along with the pet. And there are, you know, certain types of people that will buy a particular type of dog because that's a badass dog. Not because it's a great dog, but because it's got a stigma. And then, unfortunately, the people that buy the dog for that particular reason are usually the people that don't take care of them properly. So, yeah, you really can't put the people in a class per animal. But you can certainly classify the people, you know, the several classes of people that might buy that animal. And there is a large percentage of them out there, the people that buy an animal for stigma. They're the people that buy the pug poodles because, oh, they're so cute. Well, or pigs, the people that bought those pot-bellied pigs. It was a fad. They didn't buy them because they really liked the pig. They bought it because it was a fad. It was a popular thing to do. And so, not to say that everybody that bought a potbelly pig was thinking that, but you know what I'm saying. It's kind of, it's not good to stereotype, but you can to a degree.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good, you know. It's not the right thing to be doing that, but a lot of them pit bull neighborhoods, you won't find me walking around them after dark.
Nope. And, you know, the funny thing is, most people I know who have pit bulls, you know, they either keep them on a leash or they've got them very well trained, and I've seen plenty of pit bulls in my time that are plenty friendly and plenty sociable dogs. They don't know they're pit bulls. But, you know, I can't say that's all of them. And, you know, the people that treat their dogs and their animals rough, I mean, you know, you never see a bad-natured black lab, but I tell you what, every so often, I won't say you never, then every so often, but very seldom do you see a bad-natured black lab. But I'll tell you, you get a black lab in the hand of somebody who abuses it or neglects it or doesn't teach it, you know, how to be a decent animal. And black lab can be just as nasty. My friend Dave Tinker has a neighbor, and this neighbor had a black lab that died. It must have been about 5 or 6 years old when they finally got rid of it. And I'm not sure what means they used to get rid of it. All I know is this thing, you get near the fence or look over the fence, or if that dog for some reason knew you were near the fence, it would go ballistic. It would foam at the mouth. It would growl, bark, scratch, jump. I mean, it was just amazing, and it wanted everything it could do to try to get to you. And this dog didn't want to get to you so you'd pet it. This dog wanted to get to you. And it was a black lab, and I thought, man, I just never seen a black lab like that. And now these people, that's the other funky extreme. Not extreme, but the other scenario. These people were totally cool people. That dog was just psycho. I mean, it should have been, you know, in a loony barn or put down, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it was kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, I don't think you'd catch me walking around at night with in a known, you know, lack of respect dog-related area, whatever you want to refer to it as.
I gotcha. Yeah, we had some really close neighbors that had a couple of dogs up here. They were really nice as puppies. But, well, this guy, he didn't want them to be really nice. He wanted watchdogs. So I caught him on many occasions just beating the shit out of them. And then they were told, time and time again, not to let them run loose. And, you know, basically this guy was, I'm a badass, man. Nobody tells me what to do, especially you old man living next door, think you own the place. That's how he was with me. So he'd let him run loose on purpose. Well, one dog got shot getting into a chicken coop, and another one got its ear blown off leaving the chicken coop, which I told them when they first moved up. You let your dogs run loose, they go in somebody else's yard, they mess with their livestock, they're going to be dead. And that's how it went down. Dogs got shot, dogs were gone, and he went to jail, never seen him since.
10-4. Well, that's probably best for him then. Man, oh man. Yeah, I guess there's some strange people, and it takes all types out there, that's for sure. But anyway, thank God there's enough respectable pet owners out there. And I do feel sorry for the ones that are neglected and abused and mishandled and mistreated, that's for sure. So, anyway, yep, it's easier if you can't properly take care of the pet and give it a good home, make it happy and all that stuff. You're better off not having one. Anyway, all right, well, hey, Skywalker, it's about 9:30 here. I'm about ready to wrap it up. Literally, I got one more thing to wrap, and then I got to shut this thing down and take off, and I've kept PG&E quite happy this evening. I think I've probably earned my keep with them, so I'm going to get my knees up in the breeze and shut this thing down and put it in cool.